From blazing speed to delivering the ball exactly where it should be, these are the best NFL players you can find at every age. And if you think otherwise, prove me wrong in the comment section below. Starting off with age 20, Ashton Jeanty. See, this dude isn't just playing in the NFL, he's already changing games. Yeah, that's right. So while most 20-year-old players are still fumbling through playbooks and trying not to get buried under NFL speed, Jeanty just slides in like he's been doing this for years. First snap, check. First highlight, double check. Jeanty catches passes out of the backfield like a seasoned slot receiver and picks up blitzes with surprising football IQ. Every time he touches the ball, defenses have to rethink their game plan. And we're not talking about padding stats here. We're talking about moves, vision, instincts, the kind of stuff that makes you lean in and think, whoa, this kid actually gets it. Yeah, he's had some rookie moments. The speed hits hard, the pass protection is no joke. But even with all that, at just 20, he's already forcing defensive coordinators to adjust their entire game plan around him. That's rare, that's next level. Look, if you're trying to map out the next generation of NFL stars, Ashton Jeanty at 20 isn't a footnote. He's the headline. He's the kind of player you're going to tell people about years from now. And the crazy part, he's only getting started. The NFL hasn't even seen the best of him yet. But everyone who's paying attention knows one thing for sure. He's here to leave his mark. Age 21, Malik Nabers. Now, if you think Jeanty was making defenses, Nabers just takes it a step further. He isn't just fast, he's blazing. The kind of explosive threat that turns routine snaps into highlight reels and forces defenders to panic before the ball even arrives. While most players his age are still learning how to separate, Nabers is already snapping off routes with precision, reading coverages on the fly, and putting corners in no-win situations. And it's not just about raw speed or flashy grabs, it's the hands, the catch radius, the way he plucks the ball out of the air like it's magnetized to him. Then comes the damage after the catch. Short throws don't stay short with Nabers. One missed angle, one bad tackle, and suddenly he's gone. It all looks effortless, but it's built on film study, football IQ, and a feel for the game you can't teach. Sure, he's still young. Every rookie has moments to clean up. But at 21, with top-tier draft capital and the trust that comes with it, Nabers is already tilting games and demanding respect. This isn't a prospect waiting his turn. This is a player shaping the future in real time, and making it impossible to ignore his name when the next generation of stars is mentioned. Age 22, Drake May. Here's the thing. Drake May isn't just playing football. He's rewriting how it's commanded at 22. While most young quarterbacks are still figuring out defensive reads, May is already threading passes into the smallest windows, putting perfect touch on throws that slice through zones. He's a master of timing, delivering that runner's ball that lets him outsmart man coverage and keep defenders on their heels. Inside the pocket, he's calm, poised, shifting subtly, climbing just enough to make every throw dangerous. On intermediate passes, he's completing a league-best 68%, turning opportunities into points with surgical precision. And it's not just the stats. It's the way he forces defenses to respect him on every snap, every down, making coordinators second-guess coverages and blitzes. Touch, timing, poise, vision, May has them all, and he blends them effortlessly. He's not just showing potential. He's commanding the game, shaping momentum, and signaling that the next generation of NFL quarterbacks has a standard bearer in him. May isn't following the path. He's defining it. Age 23, Jayden Daniels. If May at 22 is commanding the field, Daniels is actually redefining what it means to be a dual-threat quarterback. This kid isn't just playing, he's transforming the modern QB archetype. While most signal callers are still finding their footing, Daniels is turning chaos into opportunity, attacking defenses with a lethal mix of precision passing and explosive athleticism. What sets him apart isn't just his arm, it's his composed decision-making under pressure, reading coverages with near-perfect awareness, and minimizing turnovers even when the rush closes in. He doesn't just escape pressure, he extends plays with elite mobility, turning potential sacks into downfield strikes or sudden gains on the ground. That dual-threat toolkit, scrambling, improvising, and delivering accurate throws on the move, makes him a nightmare for defenses. Every pass feels deliberate yet effortless. Every movement instinctive, like he's already 3 steps ahead of the blitz. Sure, he has areas to refine, protecting himself and mastering pocket mechanics, but that rare combination of football IQ and explosive playmaking sets him apart. At 23, Daniels isn't just a prospect. He's a catalyst, a player shaping the future of the position and redefining what an elite quarterback can be. Age 24, Puka Nacua. This isn't just a guy running routes. This is a player who changes the way defenses have to operate, forcing corners and safeties to rethink every assignment the moment he steps on the field. What makes Nacua so special? It's the combination of size, speed, and hands that just don't quit. He can beat you over the top, shred you underneath, or make contested catches look easy. And the way he tracks the ball? Surgical. Every play feels intentional, calculated, and high stakes. Defenders may think they have an angle, but by the time they react, he's already turned a simple catch into a highlight reel play. And let's be real, 24 is that age where a player starts to combine raw talent with real NFL experience, and Nacua is living proof. He's not just showing flashes, he's consistently making the plays that matter, the ones that swing drives and shift momentum. He's the kind of weapon quarterbacks dream about and defenses hate to game plan for. Now trust me, if you're looking at the next generation of NFL stars, Puka Nacua at 24 isn't a supporting act. He's a headline in his own right. He's making defenses sweat, forcing respect, and proving that at 24, he's in his prime of impact and still climbing. Age 25, Micah Parsons. Parsons isn't just a linebacker. He's a one-man disruption machine. While most players are settling into their roles at this point, Parsons is rewriting what it means to dominate on defense. Every snap is a statement. He's fast, he's relentless, and he sees the game in ways that make quarterbacks sweat before the ball even leaves their hands. What sets him apart isn't just his athleticism, it's the sheer versatility. He can rush the passer, drop into coverage, or track ball carriers sideline to sideline, and he does it all with precision and ferocity. Opponents can plan, scheme, even stack blockers, but Parsons finds ways to bend the game in his favor. His impact isn't measured by tackles alone. It's measured by the chaos he creates, the pressure he forces, and the plays he changes in a heartbeat. Surprisingly, at that age, Parsons has stepped into the kind of peak that turns games and seasons on their head. He's no longer just a rising star. He's a defensive game changer, the kind of player who shifts momentum and commands attention every time he's on the field. And the scary part, he's not slowing down. He's still evolving, still pushing limits, and still proving that at 25, he's one of the most fearsome forces in the NFL today. Age 26, Will Anderson Jr. See, this is a player who doesn't just make plays. He dictates the pace of the game from the edge. Quarterbacks feel him before they see him, and offensive lines have to rethink assignments every time he lines up. What makes Anderson so dangerous? It's the blend of power, speed, and intelligence. He's not just chasing the ball, he's reading the snap, anticipating movements, and striking at the perfect moment. And when he hits, it's devastating. Every sack, every pressure, every tackle for loss isn't just a stat, it's a statement. He controls this side of the field. 26 is the age where talent meets experience, and Anderson is proof. He's been sharpening his game, mastering the details, and at this point, he's more than a standout player. He's a nightmare for offenses. Plays go differently when he's on the field. Drives stall, momentum shifts, and quarterbacks rethink decisions. So if you're mapping out the NFL's current elite, Will Anderson Jr. at 26 isn't just part of the story. Age 27, Christian McCaffrey. Apparently, this dude is the nightmare every defense secretly dreads. The kind of player who can take over a game in a single play, whether it's on the ground, through the air, or in open space. McCaffrey isn't just fast. He's vision, agility, and instinct all rolled into one. He can hit a seam, break a tackle, or slip past defenders in ways that feel almost unfair. And the thing about him, it's not just about raw stats. It's the consistency and versatility. He forces defenses to plan every snap differently. Age 28, Jalen Ramsey is the absolute shutdown artist every quarterback fears. This isn't just talent, it's mastery of the game. Ramsey doesn't chase the ball. He anticipates it, reads it, and puts himself exactly where he needs to be before the play even develops. What sets Ramsey apart isn't just his athleticism, it's his mental edge. He knows routes, tendencies, and timing like a chess master, and then pairs it with physical dominance that can erase the best receivers from a play entirely. Every snap, he's dictating matchups, forcing quarterbacks to rethink throws, and making plays look effortless, even when they're anything but. Age 29, Patrick Mahomes isn't just a player, he's a living highlight reel, a walking "what just happened" moment every time he touches the ball. At 29, he's not peaking, he's rewriting the physics of the position, throwing from angles that shouldn't exist, threading passes where defenders thought there was no gap, and somehow making it all look casual. That's Mahomes. What's wild is how he blends creativity with precision. Most players have either the arm or the vision. Mahomes? He has both, plus a built-in sixth sense for timing. He doesn't just read the defense, he bends it to his will, improvising in ways that make coordinators throw up their hands and fans scream in disbelief. Age 30, Josh Allen. This isn't just a quarterback making plays. This is a force of nature. From launch to finish, Allen combines arm strength, mobility, and sheer physicality in a way that makes defenses feel like they're chasing ghosts. 1 second he's dropping bombs 50 yards downfield, the next he's weaving through traffic like it's a highlight reel designed by physics itself. What sets Allen apart isn't just talent. He's writing chapters that will be remembered for years. And honestly, the best plays are still ahead. Age 31, Saquon Barkley. He is proof that age is just a number when talent, determination, and sheer athleticism collide. 2,000-yard seasons don't happen by accident. This isn't just a great year, it's a monstrous performance that puts him at the top of the NFL at his position. Barkley isn't just running, he's breaking tackles, slicing through defenses, and making highlight plays look routine. What makes him unstoppable at 31 is the combination of strength, vision, and timing. He knows exactly where to hit the hole, how to manipulate defenders, and when to unleash that extra burst that turns a good run into a historic one. At 32, TJ Watt. Even if some rankings place him slightly outside the top 10, his pass rush and defensive production make him one of the most feared players in the league. Watt isn't just chasing quarterbacks. He's dictating how offenses operate, forcing hurried throws, disrupted timing, and mistakes before the ball even leaves the QB's hands. What sets Watt apart at 32 is his relentless motor and instincts. He reads the game like a seasoned chess master, anticipating plays, slipping blocks, and striking at the perfect moment. He's still setting the standard for elite edge defenders in the NFL. Age 33, Travis Kelce. This is veteran dominance at its finest. While players at this age are usually easing into reduced roles, Kelce is still leading tight ends in receiving, torching coverage, and winning matchups against defenders who are younger, faster, and supposed to be in their prime. What makes Kelce special isn't just production, it's command. He understands spacing, leverage, and timing so well that defenses can know the ball is coming his way and still fail to stop it. Age 34, Matthew Stafford. While most quarterbacks at this stage start dialing things back, Stafford is still letting it rip, flashing one of the most accurate arms in the league and delivering big throws when the moment demands it. Age hasn't dulled his talent. It's sharpened his instincts. What separates Stafford now is how effortless the hard stuff looks. Tight window throws, deep shots under pressure, late-game drives. He handles them with calm precision. He sees defenses clearly, trusts his reads, and isn't afraid to challenge coverage downfield. Age doesn't close the window. It just changes the view. Age 35, Aaron Rodgers. This wasn't about raw athleticism anymore. It was about control, precision, and psychological warfare. Long before the 40-plus conversation ever entered the chat, Rodgers at 35 was already a tactical quarterback, quietly whispering chaos into defenses' nightmares snap after snap. What made him terrifying at this age was the mind. The hard count, the pre-snap reads, the way he could spot a mismatch and punish it instantly. Defenses thought they were ready, and then the ball was out before they even finished adjusting. Every throw felt calculated, every decision deliberate, and every mistake by the defense instantly exposed. Rodgers didn't need to force the game. He owned it. He dictated tempo, manipulated coverages, and turned even the smallest breakdown into a back-breaking play. It was veteran mastery at its sharpest, where experience wasn't a limitation, but a weapon. Aaron Rodgers at 35 wasn't chasing greatness. He was refining it, proving that when intelligence, timing, and trust in your arm align, the game bends to you. And for defenses lining up across from him, that chaos was inevitable. Age 36, Trent Williams. No flashy celebrations, no stat lines that casual fans obsess over, just week after week of erasing elite pass rushers like they never existed. What separates Williams from almost everyone to ever play left tackle is the blend of power and athleticism. He doesn't just block defenders, he overwhelms them. Speed rushers get run past the pocket. Bull rushers get stood up and neutralized. One-on-one matchups? That's a losing bet for the defense before the snap even happens. At this stage of his career, Williams isn't just protecting quarterbacks. He's controlling entire game plans. Offensive coordinators sleep better knowing his side of the line is locked down. Running backs hit holes faster. Quarterbacks stand taller. The offense breathes because he's there. Age 37, Cam Hayward is the definition of longevity done right. This isn't a player hanging on. It's a pillar of the defense, still making a real impact when most careers are long over. Deep into his 30s, Hayward continues to top defensive tackle metrics, earn all AFC honors, and anchor the line with a presence that's impossible to ignore. What separates him at this stage is how complete his game has become. Strength, leverage, awareness. Every movement is efficient, every snap intentional. He controls gaps, collapses pockets, and forces offenses to adjust before the ball is even snapped. Quarterbacks may not always see him on the stat sheet, but they feel him in the pocket all game long. At 37, Hayward isn't just producing, he's setting the tone. Younger players feed off his leadership, and opponents know exactly where he lines up. That kind of respect isn't given. It's earned over years of dominance and consistency. Cam Hayward at 37 isn't an outlier. He's a blueprint. Proof that when preparation meets durability, impact doesn't fade with age. It deepens. Age 38, Tom Brady wasn't just defying age. He was redefining it. This wasn't still serviceable. This was QB1 tier, the kind of play most franchises spend decades searching for. While others were transitioning into backup roles or studio jobs, Brady was still running offenses, winning games, and making elite defenses look a step slow. What made Brady at 38 so unreal wasn't arm strength or speed, it was command. He saw everything before it happened. Coverages, blitzes, tendencies, nothing slipped past him. Every throw carried purpose. Every drive felt inevitable. Defenses didn't just have to stop him physically, they had to outthink him, and most couldn't. He didn't just extend his career, he rewrote the rulebook on longevity, so much so that even after retirement, rumors still swirl. Comebacks get whispered. What if? Conversations never fully die. That's the kind of legacy that doesn't fade when the cleats come off. Tom Brady at 38 wasn't a late career surprise. He was the final proof that greatness doesn't age out. It evolves. Age 39, Calais Campbell stands as one of the rarest sights in football, a veteran interior disruptor still setting the tone in the trenches. This isn't about speed anymore. It's about strength, leverage, and veteran technique sharpened over nearly 2 decades of battles in the NFL. And somehow, Campbell is still winning those battles. What makes his presence special at this age is the control. He doesn't chase chaos. He creates it by collapsing pockets, clogging lanes, and forcing offenses to adjust around him. Guards know exactly what's coming, and it still doesn't matter. Every snap carries authority. Every rep sends a message. At 39, Campbell isn't padding a resume. He's anchoring a defense with power and poise that younger players spend years trying to master. His impact shows up in stalled drives, hurried throws, and linemen who leave the field knowing they've been in a fight. Campbell isn't an exception. He's a reminder that when preparation meets durability, dominance can outlast time itself. Age 40, Aaron Rodgers exists outside the normal timeline of NFL careers. This isn't about chasing youth or trying to relive old highlights. It's about craft, precision, experience sharpened to a blade. Rodgers at 40 isn't asking the game for permission. He's still bending it through anticipation, timing, and an understanding of defenses that only decades of repetition can produce. The throws may come a split second slower, but the decisions arrive faster than ever. He diagnoses coverage pre-snap, manipulates defenders with his eyes, and delivers the ball exactly where it has to be. Every movement is intentional. Every snap feels deliberate. At this age, Rodgers isn't reacting to chaos. He's controlling it. Reaching 40 as a quarterback and still commanding respect in huddles, locker rooms, and defensive game plans is almost unheard of. Rodgers isn't just playing football anymore. He's demonstrating what mastery looks like when time is no longer an enemy, but a partner. And that's the list. From rising stars to ageless legends, different ages, different roles, same truth. Greatness doesn't disappear. It evolves. Now tell me, which of these players is your best?